Hey beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. If you are new to this channel, you are welcome, and if you are an old subscriber, thank you for coming back to the channel. My name is Mercy and this channel is Fabulous Mercy. So today I'm doing a story time of when I did my wisdom tooth remover. It was a painful experience, so I will share some tips with you to help you if you just want to go for the procedure or you have done yours, to help you so you can learn from my experience. So let's go right into it. There's something I've always been experiencing then before I went for the tooth remover. They call it pericoronitis. I don't know if I got the pronunciation correctly, so I'm going to put it up here for you to see. So I went to the dentist and she told me, she's a very nice person actually, so she told me that I need to do a tooth remover. Is it tooth remover or tooth extraction? So she called it a surgical tooth extraction. I booked a date and I went there. That was on October 2nd of 2023. So I went there and I did the tooth extraction. It took about 40 minutes thereabouts for them to be able to remove that particular wisdom tooth. I don't know if you guys can see the one behind, so the last one there. So it was not painful during the process because I was given some injections and so, but I could feel the pressure when they were removing it. So I could feel it. It was like something was pressing my jaw. Then we successfully did the tooth extraction, and lo and behold, when I got home, it was something else. So they had to stitch the area. So when I got home, the stitches got removed somehow. Before I even got to it, I think it was when I got home, I didn't even sit. I was not able to sit down before the stitches removed. So then I started bleeding again. So I went back to the clinic. I was given, they had to, I don't know what they call this, is it gauze or something? So they put it there so I would bite on it to stop the bleeding, but they didn't stitch it again. So I still had like one or two stitches there for me to still go back there to remove it. The initial thing was for me to come back after 7 days or 5 days to remove it. I've forgotten to remove it. So I was given some advice too, that I should do salt and water, warm water and salt 4 times in a day, 4 to 6 times in a day. Yeah, so when I got home, I started bleeding again. I went back, I was given the gauze, and I came back home again. Then that was when the pain started. When I went back, I think the injection they gave me was still in my system, so I didn't really feel the pain then. So when I came back home, so I was given painkillers actually. So, but it's different. It's different from the injection. I don't know how to explain it, but the painkillers will help you, but at the same time, so I started feeling the pain from one side of my face. It was so strong, Jesus. So I just had to like lie down. I couldn't do anything. But before I went to the clinic, so before you go to the clinic, one thing that you must do is for you to eat enough food. Take it from me, for you to eat enough food, because for some days you might not be able to eat well. It's not like the food you eat before going to clinic would hold you for a long period of time, but at least for a day or 2 days you can still be taking something light, so you won't feel so hungry compared to if you did not eat enough food before going. So I ate enough food. I actually ate bread and beans before going, so which make me to still be full. So when I got home, I took the painkillers, but it wasn't really helping, so I had to just lie down and rest and everything. So I was giving precautions actually, but somehow I had dry sockets. I didn't know how it happened, but somehow it happened because I followed all the instructions that I was given, the salt and water, the liquid, the no straw. They said, oh, I was told not to eat something that I need to chew, you understand? So something that I will swallow. So I was taking some liquid, I was taking pap, custard, I was so I was told to take so apparently when I went back to the clinic, because I was told to come back for something I can't remember. So I was supposed to come back 2 days after something. So I went back. When I went there, so I realized that the water I was using that I claimed to be warm water, because I didn't know. For me, I see warm lukewarm water as warm water. So I was confused with the advice at some point, because I thought maybe I was supposed to do lukewarm water. Then I went back. They told me it was warm water and salt. So okay, the my dentist told me to show at the degree, the temperature of the water that I was using that I claimed to be warm water. So I showed her, and she was shocked. She was like, "Wow, this is nothing." Like, so I've been deceiving myself all this while. So I think it was the warm water and the salt too. It was part of the factors that made me add dry socket to warm water and salt. And there was one day I think maybe I ate fufu or something, because I don't know how to swallow food. So I chew my fufu, my abala, and whatever, and I was told that I could actually swallow those things. So I think the fourth day was when I discovered, when I felt I already, like, I had dry socket. Because the thing is, okay, majorly, before I go deep into my story, let me explain what dry socket is. So when you remove a tooth, the hole, the I don't know the times it's called, but then the hole where the tooth was removed from your jaw, you understand? So the hole has to be filled with blood, so it will close up and heal on time. But if there's nothing there, if the blood clots somehow, if you lose it or it didn't fill up, it will lead to dry socket, which is very very painful. Like a very painful experience. I don't even wish it on any of my enemies or anybody. It's a very 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 painful experience. And dry socket doesn't have like days, or it's going to happen for 2 days or 3 days or 4 days. No, it doesn't work that way. It is when it leaves you, that's when it will leave you. It doesn't work like okay, so you have dry socket for 3 days. No, your own dry socket might be for 8 days, another person's own might be for 10 days, another person's own might be for 6 days. So it depends on how it wants to deal with you. So it was the fourth day after my tooth extraction, because I was told, oh, this thing is supposed to be healing up by now, I should not really be feeling pain. But then I think the first 3 days was still even good on my own part for me, because because after first 3 days, that's like fourth day, that was when I think the dry socket of a thing started. That night I didn't really feel it that much, but I felt like a sharp pain after chewing the fufu. Instead of swallowing, I was actually swallowing in it, but I think I forgot, because I was using one part to eat. So I think I forgot, and I chew one muscle. So then it happened just like that. The fifth day, I didn't really think it was dry socket, but my mind was telling me it was dry socket because of the pain. So I chatted with my dentist and told her, I explained things to her. So I think she was trying to calm me down. So you know, it was on a Sunday, so I think they don't open on Sunday. So she was trying to calm me that, oh, okay, just hold on, it might not be dry sockets, blah blah blah. Okay, so I was still, but that evening I could not sleep. Then on the sixth day it got worse, so I had to go back to the clinic. So they had to check it. I was literally crying, because one side was so, the pain was so intense. I could not even smile. No, I could not even open my mouth to do anything because it was so painful. So after taking my drugs, drinking water or whatever, I would use a cotton wool to shock my mouth to hold my jaw together, so it will at least, it will put pressure, so this side, it will relieve me a bit. So I had to go back. My dentist checked and she saw that, oh, it's dry socket, and I could not believe it because I knew this pain was intense, that it can't still be from the tooth extraction pain. This is something else. So it was dry socket. So she gave me some injections so as to not feel pain, because she had to do some procedures. She had to fill it up or something, I don't know, but she did something to at least to help with the pain. So she told me that day, because she was like, have you been eating? I said no, because she said I lost so much weight. I was not eating for the past, because I wanted this pain to go away. I wanted the thing to heal up on time, but it wasn't. So I was just drinking water and liquid. So even with the liquid, I was so scared because I didn't want to still hurt the area. So she told me, after giving me the injection and feeling it away, so she told me to go and buy swallow. I should go and eat. I should go and buy swallow. So that day I went to buy amala. So she told me to buy draw soup as well. So I bought ewedu and I ate it. For the first time in like 5 or 6 days after my tooth extraction, I felt filled up. I was happy a bit. So I think food was also part of the problem. So I ate and I took my drugs. I slept. In the evening, there was still pain, but I think it was better than before I went to meet her. So it was better. So then the next day, it kept on getting better and better. So I saw some things online too, that they were saying, oh, it would be helpful if I take clove oil or something. So I was looking for clove oil. So but I didn't get it. I couldn't get it. So I had to buy the clove seed. So I boiled it and I had to put cotton wool, because this I had to read up online. See, it's something I say I have to take with caution. So I boiled it. I had to soak it up in a cotton wool and then put it a little bit in the area whenever I feel pain. So lo and behold, after going back to her, after doing the filling up and everything, 2 days later I got better, miraculously. Yes, it was a miracle, because I can say it was a miracle because I felt so much pain. The pain is not something that I can describe, but it's a pain that I've not felt a kind of pain that is so intense like that. So intense. So when I got better, though I got better, but I could not still talk too much like that. I was just able to talk a little bit. I wasn't really talking. So she told me to be opening my mouth to talk, to yawn and to also all sort of things, so my jaw will not be stiff. So I did that, but talking was still painful. Then I couldn't smile too much. I couldn't smile. I was just a little bit of smile. Then one side of my face, I wasn't really. It was. It was. Whenever I tried to smile, there it would be like. It felt weird. I don't know how to explain it, but I got better eventually. But it took me. It took me almost 2 weeks to recover. Not almost 2 weeks to recover fully. 2 weeks and maybe 2 days or so to recover fully. But for some people it's shorter than that. A lot of people, even for dry socket, a lot of people recover fast. Within 1 week, within 4 days, 3 days, they get better. But I think it was the dry socket that made my recovery process to be so long like that. So tips I will be sharing is that if you want to go for something like that, tip 1, eat enough food. Drink enough water. I think you should have been eating enough food or drinking enough water a week or 2 weeks before you go, because enough water will help you. Also, it will make you have enough saliva in your mouth. I will keep your mouth. I don't know how to explain it, but you need enough saliva. So you need enough water, enough food. Then when you are going, I think if someone can actually go with you, it's fine, just in case you are going back home, because you might not be able to talk, you might not be able to move your jaw. But if you already have your transportation, or whoever is going to carry you, yeah, to make things easier, then when you get home, do not do any strenuous activity. Just relax and rest your mind. Then don't suck anything, don't use straw. Then swallow whatever you want to take. And one more thing, I think swallowing too, I don't know how you can maneuver the tactics of swallowing, because the way I was swallowing too, I think I swallowed most of my blood clots. I don't know how it happened, because I tried my best to avoid dry socket. So I'm trying to explain how you can also try your best to avoid dry socket, because it's something that you don't want to experience. I don't even want you to experience it. So you can minimize swallowing if possible. Then your warm water should be warm water. Nothing, not lukewarm rather, not lukewarm, not ordinary water. Warm water and salt, and do it very well. Not like you would, it's something that you just pour slightly, like rinse and just let it come out. It's not, you won't spit it out, so you let it come out, then rest, take your medications. But if after trying everything and you still have dry sockets, well, it is what it is. You try to cope with it, and just try and look for clove oil or clove seed or whatever. Boil it. If you don't have the oil, boil the seed. Try, but not too much, please, because I heard it has its own side effects too. But clove oil will help you to minimize the pain. It will reduce, it will relieve, because dry socket, no amount, no milligram of pain, whatever that they will give you, painkiller that they will give you, is going to help you with dry, so you will still feel the pain. That's one thing about dry socket. So I would advise you, while taking the painkillers, like, try to help yourself to look for ways you can, maybe if you want to tie something or around your head or whatever would help you. Then try to carry your mind off it. Maybe you can watch a movie, because having dry socket will make your 24 hours be so long. 24 hours will look like 48 hours to you. So you need something to carry your mind off it. Then you'll finally heal and you'll be fine. So don't be scared to do your wisdom tooth removal. If you have any scheduled, anyone you have been scheduled for already, whatever, well, that's it. That's my story time. That's my experience about tooth removal. There's still one that I still need to do now. Right now I'm still scared to do that, but whenever I have enough, whenever I've gotten over the pain, whenever I have enough courage, I'll do it. But I'll do it very soon, and I'll keep you guys updated. I would probably drop another story time or record the process, before I go and everything, so you see how it goes. So thank you for watching my video, guys. Thank you so much for coming back to this channel. If you enjoyed this story time, please give this video a like. Please click on the like button, and please subscribe to my channel to see more of my videos. Bye bye.